Hi everyone, today is a should you pull on Illya. Let's go ahead and jump into her banner. This is what's going to be looking like dropping on the 28th, as you can see on the right hand side. Let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay. This is going to be JP, so be forewarned. I just want to show off Illya in her truest fashion, showing all of her gameplay, and if you're wondering how her animations look and everything. Now, as far as Illya goes, she is a meta-defining unit because she is going to be stopping all of the stall teams from appearing, and also she's going to be a huge factor with enabling mage comp. She's actually a bigger factor than Kyoka in some ways because her damage potential is insane. Now, note here when she's casting her 1s and her 2s, all her different skills, she was killing herself. So we're going to go ahead and run another stage. And if you're wondering, this is going to be the Vampire Hunter Illya event, but we'll talk about that more later. As you can see, we're getting the Maho and Cowrie shards later on. Now, when it comes to Illya, what are some things and what should be ill-advised to not pull on her? Because there's already a bunch of reasons, as you would know, why to pull for her. She's meta. She's going to be great for PvP. She's going to be great for clan battle. She is going to be a permanent unit. She is not going to be someone who's limited like Summer Carry or any of the summer units or any seasonal units, and such as like the Valentine's unit, and not to mention New Year's units, right? So there's going to be other chances to get her. Don't feel like you're going to miss out by not pulling her right now. As a free-to-play, I don't recommend folks to pull, mostly because she is a permanent unit, and you're probably going to get her during Pre-Fest. Pre-Fest is like any other Sugo Fest or Festa sort of event, where you just get double the 3 stars or highest rarity units, and you're just going to be sitting there like, oh man, what am I going to do with all these 3 stars that I have to build now? Her being in the meta just makes it so that free-to-play have a chance to actually run different comps in arena, and stall teams just won't be as apparent, right? I'm running Saren with Illya because Illya and Saren are actually best friends. So let's go ahead and jump into the spreadsheets and show you what I'm talking about. You can see here, if I lift this image right here with the Pepe hug, they are actually really close to each other with Cowrie, Summer Cowrie in the middle. With this, Saren will be buffing Illya quite often. So if you're wondering position-wise, is Saren optimal for Illya? Yes, they are a match made in heaven. There's only like one other character who's like plus 10, and I think that's Anna. Of course, I made like a bunch of memes where Tamaki stall. Illya's skill patterns pretty much revolve around her skill 1 and her skill 2. And, you know, whenever you cast your UB, once Saren gives her enough TP. Of course, one of the things is she does kill herself, and her skill 1 and skill 2 can crit on her. So she can crit herself and then also kill herself on her own crit. This is why 3 stars isn't really recommended. Now, can you use her at 3 star? Of course you can use her at 3 star. The thing is she's probably just going to die faster, and you don't expect her to last. And this is when her shards are going to be appearing on chapter 17 hard, and not to mention chapter 31 hard. Both of these time frames are far away. So as a free-to-play, you have to use Divine Amulets in order to obtain more shards of her. Of course, that's ill-advised, but the thing is if you're sweaty or if she is your waifu, then you put shards into her. Obviously, I would say save your shards for someone like Summer Carry or Christina, because those characters, you cannot farm their shards whatsoever. Summer Carry and Christina, Mimi, all the pre-fest characters, you have to use Divine Amulets on. Knowing all of this information about Illya, where she's going to change up clan battle, change up PvP, and she's going to have like this weird kit where she can deal high single target, high nukes, and pretty much become the ultimate glass cannon for magical damage, she is still not worthy being a must pull just because of the fact that she is a permanent unit. If Illya was not a permanent unit, then absolutely you could pull. I just want to re-emphasize that, because there's going to be a lot of pull videos. There's going to be a lot of people who will advise you to pull on Illya because she is so meta defining, but you're not really going to miss out. It's sort of whatever at the end of the day, because Summer Carry is seriously around the corner. So like in the next couple like months, like she's going to be here. So stay strong, hold strong, and not to mention Pre-Fest is going to be coming down the road. If you want a YOLO for it, Arena Shuffle and Luna Tower is going to be appearing hopefully soon, so you'll get some bump of jewels, but you won't get those bump of jewels before Summer Carry. So to pick between Illya and Summer Carry, and I'm gonna tell you, stick with Carry because it's not that far away. We're really close to the finish line. When it comes to Illya, I feel like her strengths are going to be the fact that she's a glass cannon, and note that she needs a crazy amount of support in order to stay alive. So if your units are still being built and you don't really have like a tank team and all that stuff established, I don't think she's beginner friendly as a unit. Illya is definitely not someone who can just jump on a team at 3-star with no gear and perform highly well because her position is in the middle. But the problem is with Illya staying in the middle like that is that some units will also focus her because she is in the middle, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this Illya counter sheet right here. What happens here is if you see Tamaki style, you run this team. If you see this specific Illya team, then you run this team, so on and so forth. And you can see here the premier tank is going to be either Rima or Kuka. Obviously, Miyako is definitely going to struggle against Illya, but the thing is, there's definitely a bunch of counter teams that you can run to make Illya not as effective. So if you're worried, you know, how much does Illya change up like the stall meta? To a sense that this becomes nullified and you have to run more aggressive teams with Ninon and Illya, or Ninon and Mitsuki. You can see Ninon is a huge factor in all of this, and you can try running a stall team with Illya even, but then you have to run like this Arisa Ninon comp, which is probably the hardest comp. So you might see this stall meta right here with Illya. Instead of Tamaki, you just put Illya in there. But we'll see like how everything goes. At the end of the day, it's all about overpowering someone in PvP, and in order for Illya to actually stay alive, she should be at 5-star at minimum for defensive purposes. So that's not going to be something you see very often, but it's just something to be aware of in case you're wondering, is the Illya meta going to make PvP much harder? If anything, it's going to allow you to diversify your units and build more physical base units so you can counter, you know, the Kukas that's going to be more prevalent in Arena. And with that being said about Arena, let's go ahead and find something that we can do. Most Tamaki stalls like this one, they aren't as effective with this team in particular. I feel like you can remove Jun for Miyako. The Tamaki stall, it'll still be like somewhat relevant in some situations because obviously not everyone's going to pull Illya for the brackets. I feel like mostly like the top 100 are going to be pulling for Illya. So as like a free-to-play player, I don't really feel that it's a must pull even then, unless you're trying to get number 1 before the arena shuffle. In some ways you could argue, you know, Illya will benefit the cost because it's right before arena shuffle, and if I can get like, you know, the top 1 gems, then maybe it'll justify the cause. But at the end of the day, the max amount of gems that you can get from arena is around like 30+K, and that's going from like below like 15,000 all the way to number 1. Even if you go from like top 10 to number 1, I think it's only like 3,000 gems. So it's up to you. That's definitely not worth the pity in my opinion, because pity is roughly 45,000 gems. To you, how you want to approach this. At the end of the day, no matter what decision that you make, waifu over meta, you know, if Illya is your waifu, then you should definitely pull. And if Summer Karu isn't your waifu, then, you know, just don't pull. Just do whatever you want. These characters, whichever one resonates with you, you're gonna have more fun raising the characters that you want. You focus on the meta as a free-to-play, you're never really going to go anywhere in the sense of like you're gonna get satisfaction from pulling this meta unit. Just because you pull a meta unit doesn't mean it actually works out with you. You don't like their animations, you're just doing it to get stronger. And this is why waifu is so important, because you get enjoyment out of actually playing the game and not being competitive. Meta sort of focuses you on that sense of like, you know, you want to get sweaty, you want to be the best. Whereas waifu, it's like you're enjoying yourself, and when you take it at your own pace, it's just much better, right? And Illya is just one of those characters that she definitely takes it to a new level, but she's also definitely waifu, and this is one of those cases where your waifu is very meta. And for folks who can't pull Illya, all I can say is that you're probably going to get her in the future if you stick with Princess Connect. Princess Connect, as you know, is doing the free pulls. We'll do the free pulls after Princess Arena right here, because I know we missed the free pulls from yesterday. I'm saving some of the free pulls that I have into a video. Maybe I'll just slam them in with the Illya summon so we can enjoy some more stuff together as we see fit. Maybe we'll get luckier today. Who knows? Hopefully my luck in the Illya banner is okay, but I want to give you guys all my luck. No matter what happens on the Illya banner, take my luck. You guys definitely have it. I'll use whatever I have left in order to pull, but for the most part, I really do wish for the best. Everyone who's pulling for Illya or Summer Karu, because I feel like they're the two hot units. Outside of Summer Peko being waifu, I'm definitely going to pity for Summer Peko if I have to. It's going to be a very rough period for everyone in Princess Connect who's been saving, because it is going to be the time to pull very, very soon. Summer Peko isn't really a meta pick, but she is definitely going to be one of the best waifus in the entire game, because Peko has the biggest heart in my opinion, when it comes to forgiving everyone and just having fun within the Princess Connect like waifu community. All right, we are doing a-okay so far. My Kuka is only at 4-star. Managed to get Summer Karu at 5-star earlier today, which was pretty nice. But you won't be seeing her until the final team. I think Illya would have done pretty decent work against this team as well. For those of you who are pulling for Illya, I am curious, are you pulling for Illya because of waifu? Or are you pulling Illya because of clan? But I feel like most of the folks who are pulling is definitely for waifu. And you've been waiting for a long time for her to pretty much drop. And it's just going to be nice to melt all of those Tamaki stalls that have given you so much grief, right? All right, so we are here. Karu, please cast your UBs. Cast your UBs, Karu. Cast it. Yes. Are we gonna win? Can we do it? Oh, no, we can't. Okay, come on, Ayo. Cast your UB. Ayo, please. No. Okay, Karu. Karu, you're at 5-star. Karu, you're at 5-star. No. Okay. Well, that's how it rolls until we get Illya on our teams. That is the day when all of our mage teams will melt everything. Illya and Saren crushing everything beneath their feet. Let's go ahead and do our free pull. Hopefully we get lucky. This is our 7th multi. No rainbow here. I am with everyone else. I think tomorrow is our last free pull technically for this banner. Some folks were saying you could save it. We'll see. I'm not sure about the time calculations or anything because some people want to save, 2 multis for the Illya day. All I can say is if you run it, do your own thing. I don't know if I'm going to advise it yet because I need to do more research before I tell folks something like that, because next thing you know, if you miss a free pull, I'll be really, really sad. Because these divine amulets, they're absolutely amazing. They're going to help with the 4-star Illya journey, because there's no way to 5-star Illya or 4-star Illya without divine amulets. But anyways, if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. So close to 17,500 subs. Thank you to everyone. Have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.